look at my exciting black bag. This is a kilogram of woolen offcuts from Waverley Mills. I think they're called Waverley Mills. They might just be called Waverley Mills. They're in Tasmania. They make throw rugs, scarves, picnic blankets and whatnots. Loads of whatnots. And they sell a crafter pack, which is their offcuts. So while I do know that this is a kilogram of wool and wool blend offcuts, I don't actually know what I've got because they're a mystery bag. So I'm going to open the bag and you're going to help me. Well, you're not going to help me, but you're going to offer me a lot of moral support and thank you for being here. I'm just going to go around. Now, don't panic. These used to be hairdressing scissors, but they're now blunt and they've long since been relegated to the kitchen. So I'm not using the good scissors. Trust me on that. I would never. I really like that they use the compostable packaging. Because, you know, a lot of parcels you get. It's actually reusable packaging as well, I think, but not now that I've trashed it. So, there we go. Oh, come on. Muscles. Satisfying. Now, here's my offcuts. This is exciting. I've got a plan for these. So now phase 2 is to open that bag. I'm doing this around a tripod, so it's not kind of... I've just seen the invoice. It is Waverley Mills, not Waverley Mills. So let's get this. Let's do something professional, and there we go. So let's see what we've got. Let's see what I've got. You're not here. You've left me alone, unattended, with a credit card. And that's how I ended up here. So we've got this lovely charcoal grey. That's lovely. So some of these are wool, some of them are wool blend. But they're all the offcuts. Gee, they smell good. Not relevant, but interesting. Oh, that's actually... Look at that. That's a bit of weaving. Like, I mean, they're all woven, but that's actually a bit of... Almost like hand weaving. Feels good too. Sorry, I was thinking something then that is not relevant to this video or probably any other. So that's obviously a little bit of blanket. We've got this, which is a thicker... Oh, that's nice. That might, but there might be enough in there for a hat. It's really nice. Nice to handle. Some slightly lighter weight fabric. I forgot the word for fabric then. Got this one, which is the sort of red and black. We've got this one, which is definitely a blanket, or formerly a blanket. And this one, which is also, because it's got the fringe, a bit of blanket. Now, I said I had a plan for these, and that's why this one went to one side, because this one will not work for the plan, but it might work for part of the plan that isn't the main part of the plan. Do you want to hear my plan? It's great. Let's put that away. I've put it somewhere safe. I will not know where it is in 3 minutes. So, I got a copy of this book, which is up to the minute publication. It is called Classic Teddy Bear Designs, Heirlooms to Make and Dress by Estelle, Ansley, Worrell, and it is from 1986. But what I'm going to do is make, let me find the one I'm going to make. I'm going to make, not this one, which was, because it's a second-hand book, obviously. I'm not making that one because that one is nightmare fuel. I'm going to make Ginger. That's not a very good illustration of Ginger. That's a better illustration of Ginger. So Ginger is a jointed bear. I've never made a jointed bear before. And I'm going to make Ginger out of some of this fabric here. I'm going to find the ones that are a similar weight, and we're going to see what happens with Ginger. And you're going to come along with me for the ride while I flick through. See? Like a professional. There's not a huge amount of pattern pieces for this bear. There's the leg, the arms, obviously, well, the 2 legs. 3 pieces for the head and the back. Well, the torso is actually in 4 pieces, but it's not masses. And I've narrowed my fabric choices down. I think the bulk of the bear is going to be in this fabric here, which is a sort of soft grey with some flecking, which isn't showing up very well. But there is, trust me, little flecks. And this one, hang on, there we go. for some of the limbs, perhaps. I'm not sold on this one. And this one for some other bits, which is a big contrast with that grey, but they're about the same thickness, so they'll work together. Let me do that slightly more elegantly. They'll work together quite well. I don't want anything too thick because there's curves in the head and the arms, and the everything, there's curves, and a really thick fabric won't hold those curves very well. So she's probably going to be a lumpy rustic bear anyway. So generally, this one I'm undecided on. I really love the colour, but it might be for a different project. Let's just take a moment to appreciate how organised I am on this, because I've clipped all the parts together so I know that I've got everything. I'm not usually that organised. I did go with the grey and red and the light grey, but what I was planning to do was get bits with both the grey and the red in them, but then I cut out an arm which I have lost. I was going to keep it and show you what I meant, but it's gone. You'll have to use your imagination. It looked busy, but what I did find is that I could get entire pattern pieces out of each stripe. So we've got a 3-colour bear. We've got a red, a dark grey and a light grey bear. We've got an unrelated teddy bear here who's been helping. And now I'm ready to assemble. So that's a bit exciting. Get those out of the way because they're not related to anything. Remember when I said I was organised and now I've just dumped everything everywhere? Anyway, I've got my coffee. And here we go. Bare arms, although they look like legs, but they're arms. Now onto the legs. I don't mean to brag, but I have actually done basting, which I don't normally bother doing. So let's do the tricky bit. That was the tricky part. I don't know how that's going to look when it's stuffed, but we'll find out. Legs done, onto the body. Onto the head. We have hit a snag. So I've got the eye, the safety eye inserted, but what you might be able to tell is that there's no grip on it. So I've got one that looks like it should, so that's got the grip on it. Is that in focus? I'll assume so. And this one has none. So if I put the washer on, the washer immediately falls off. So I've ordered some more eyes because these are not going to work. And in the meantime, I guess I'm going to stuff and assemble, or assemble and stuff the body while I wait for the eyes to arrive. Just realised you can't really see what I'm doing, and that's good because I'm doing quite a bad job. So the story of this stuffing is that I had a big post pack which I thought was full of a bag of stuffing that I'd bought years ago to make a bear out of. When I opened it up, it was actually cushions, but it's fine because I can use that stuffing to stuff the bear. So I am using cushion stuffing, which actually works out cheaper, I think. Little thrifty pro tip for you there. Well, you get the idea. I'll be back when I've got it stuffed. The eyes I ordered have arrived. Now, I thought I'd ordered 2 sizes because I wanted to see which size looked best. But they're both 12mm. What I'd actually done is ordered 2 different colours because I don't know how websites work. That's in a shadow. We'll get that fixed. So I've got the amber and the brown. So I'm going to go with the amber because I think they're warmer and a little bit brighter. Which means I'll put the brown ones away, and then 2 years from now when I want to use them, I won't know where they are, and I'll buy another packet. But for now, I've got the amber ones there. So we'll put those gently to one side, and I'll show you where we're up to before I construct the head. We have got a body, and it is upsetting. It is upsetting without the head, but that's not a very good angle. There we go. So we've got the body. It's jointed. It's not very well demonstrated, but there we go. So we've got the joints in. This leg's a bit loose. We'll talk about that a bit more later. This one's nice and tight. We've got these arms. So we're just going to put that disconcerting body to one side and start work on the head. Let's clip the curves and see if that helps. Alright, we're going to get the eyes in and then we're going to stuff that and see if that snout comes out any better, because if it doesn't, I'm going to shorten it. Okay, let's get some stuffing in here. Brilliant. Let's see if some stuffing helps that situation, because that... I am going to shorten that snout. I made a Fraggle. Okay, let's get that snout sorted out, and then we'll move on with our lives. Oh dear. One thing I'm interested in is there's no instructions in the book on how to attach the ears. So I'm doing a best guess situation for the ears. I have made the ears. I don't know that I showed you. They're over here. So I've got the ears and I'm going to sew them on. I'm going to shorten them somewhat. Get that in shot. Because that's a mouse. But I will turn them under to get the raw edge out of the way. Like that. And that will hopefully help the mouse situation. Anyway, I'm going to finish stuffing the head and sewing the ears on, and then I'll meet you back here for the head attachment situation. I'm so glad I shortened that snout. Also, hi, do you like my jumper? Quite a lot of jumper action in this video. Okay, I'll be back when I've stuffed the head. Ears are on. They're a bit, you can see the stitches, but I don't care. I mean, who's going to be surprised that a teddy bear's been stitched together? So, for my next trick, it's nose time. Is that a thing, nose time? I hope not, because it sounds upsetting. Alright, I'll be right back. The magic of editing. Oh, hang on, we've got to do a little nose hair trimming here. There we go. So the face is done. The light's not very good on you there. No, the light's not great there either. There we go. So now all I need to do is baste the seam allowance so that I turn under that seam allowance on the neck so that it's not a raw edge. And then I can finally put the head over here on the body, which is not in shot. But I will finally be able to join all the bear up, and this can stop sitting on my desk and looking a bit disturbing. It's really not in shot. There we go. Again, my viewfinder's upside down. Alright, so I'm going to baste, and then I'm going to attach, and then I'm going to come back with a finished bear. So I left this back gap deliberately so that I could pack in some more stuffing because the neck's a bit loose. So once I've got that in, I can sew up this little hole at the back, and then I'm going to go around the whole neck again just to make sure that the head's on nice and firmly. The bear is complete, and this is all you're allowed to see. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. No, okay, so I was going to do a drum roll for the unveiling of the bear, but I don't have a drum. And I suppose I could get one off the internet, but I don't have that kind of time. So instead, I'm just going to unveil the bear. And this is not going to go smoothly because my bit of fabric is really big. So, are you ready? Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. Bear. Bear. Now. Oh, bit of thread. Oh, that's off the fabric. It's okay. So, here is the finished bear, who is not quite in shot. We'll go sideways. So he's about 40 centimetres long, or about 15.5 inches, made of wool and wool blends, and I'm picking bits of thread off him. So he's not perfect. He's not perfect. There's his little face, though. He's not perfect. There's a few issues with the bear because of my skill level not being great, but, you know, we got along. So this leg is very loose. Oops, this leg's in the way. This leg's very loose because when I attached the legs, I picked up the bear and realised that this leg was about an inch longer than the other one because I'd put the joint too far down. So that's been rectified, but it is still slightly longer than the other one. This arm is loose because the joint is loose, but this arm's fine. This arm can hold up. This leg can hold up. We can go one side's all good, the other side not so much. I didn't do a jointed neck. I think I mentioned that. Ears are a different shape, but that's okay. But no, for all that, and I think also the leg joints are too far forward because we've got some joint issues. We've got quite a big butt there, but that's for stability when sitting. So I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered. We've got some visible stitching around the neckline, but I'm also not bothered about that because teddy bears are stitched together. So I'm pretty pleased with my bear. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. That front seam's crooked as well, I've just noticed. I'm just saving you the time from commenting. But it's very nice to hold. So the bear is complete, and I'm a bit excited about the bear because the bear's very cute. I think the bear came out very cute. I'm going to show you the face again. Look at that little face. Look at that little face. And we can make the bear wave. I wouldn't give it to a small child because it's not well enough sewn together for that. I think the head would come off. The ears would come off, certainly. The head would come off. Probably the joints in this... Which arm? This arm would probably come loose. That was quite tight before I stuffed it, so I don't know what happened. I mean, before I put the stuffing in, not before I stuffed it up. So I don't know what happened there. But we have a completed bear in 2 fabrics that gave me 3 colours, which is excellent. I might call the bear Waverley because that's where the fabric came from, the Waverley Mills. I didn't put... You can put cardboard in the soles of the feet so that it sort of stands up, but this bear was never going to stand up on its own, was it? I mean, we have to be honest about that. And I've done that before, and I can never get it without a really visible ridge. That's one of my hairs. I shed like an old English sheepdog. There we go. So I just left them. I just left the little foot pads to do their own thing. I might make some clothes. You are ruining my outro. Stay. I didn't bring my basket, so I can't just chuck stuff on the ground. It's irrelevant to the video. But there's the bear. The bear is finished. It's nice to hold. I might try it again in a furred fabric because I think that would be... I mean, it was designed for a furred fabric. It's come out very different looking in the wool, but I knew it would. This leg's very wibbly wobbly. So we're going to get maybe a chair. We're going to get a chair for the bear to sit in so that nobody notices the wibbly wobbly legs. But I think he's pretty cute. What is that on you? And I really like how the nose and the mouth came out. They're wonky. The whole bear's wonky. But, you know, I don't care. So yeah, thank you very much for watching the making of the bear. The bear's getting a cuddle because the bear is really nice to hold. So me and the bear, we'll see. I don't think the bear will be in every video from now on, although, I don't know, depends on the popularity of the bear. I'm not letting the bear have the whole channel. We've already talked about that. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Look at my excellent puppeteering. I'll see you in the next video, and take care and have another look at my bear.